Hello YouTube, let's do a Robinhood Portfolio video. Right now the markets are closed today. The portfolio itself was up 1% and in the after hours I am down 0.05%. This is yesterday, guys. We're going to talk about what I've been buying, what I've been moving around. We're going to get right into it, guys. We'll see for the year I'm up 1%, $272, and my all-time high is 5%. So we're going to jump into the portfolio. There have been a little bit of changes that I have done. You guys will see, instantly notice what I've been doing. So we're going to start off with VTI, Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. Right now, $142. My position is 50 shares again. I didn't sell anything. Average cost $121. Total return $1,045. So this ETF has really spiked it up 17%, and this will pay a dividend of, I don't think that's pretty accurate, 2%, but it's a pretty good ETF, guys. It just focuses on the entire U.S. stock market in general, and I think it's some 3,000 stocks in this ETF. It's really a good ETF. I like them better than ticker symbol VOO because it has an incredibly low valuation. I think VOO is some $260, and it's very expensive to own if you don't have a lot of capital. So the next ETF in my portfolio, my whole portfolio has been changed into all these ETFs, and I just wanted to do a different investing style. And I just wanted to say that I actually like the investing style I have now. I have all the individual companies in my M1 Finance portfolios, and I feel like I'm optimizing the M1 Finance platform a lot more than what I was doing, and it's really just all about optimization, guys. I could put some stocks into the Robinhood portfolio, something like Apple. I like Apple a lot, but I do own them in my M1 Finance portfolio. So, but anyway, Power Shares QQQ 172. So. Again, I did do some changes. I did sell ticker symbol VEXUS. I think it's VXUS. And the reason why I did that is because after reevaluating the portfolio, I just want to focus on some. I want to focus on some U.S. companies. I'm not extremely familiar with the international stocks. I do know that I like Alibaba a lot, but that's like the only international stock that I like. It's a Chinese stock. But I was really up on them. 200. I think it was up some $250, and I sold them to buy some Power Shares QQQ, and I bought some other shares, but. What ticker symbol QQQ is? It's a NASDAQ tracker. Just tracks the NASDAQ. I'm a big fan of technology. I think technology is going to be leading the way here for the next several years. Excuse me. And the NASDAQ is filled with tech stocks, guys. So I think that this has a pretty high expense ratio, 0.25, but it's not too terrible. I know SPHD has an expense ratio of 0.30, so this actually has a lower expense ratio than ticker symbol SPHD. You can see the 5-year chart, 85%. So this ETF does grow, guys. It grows much more than VEXUS does. And I think that Power Shares QQQ, again, is a NASDAQ tracker, holds a lot of tech stocks, and I really, really like tech stocks. The dividend yield, that actually might be accurate, 1%. And the portfolio diversity is at around 3%. So I just recently bought this, and I think it's a pretty good. I think it's a pretty good ETF. I think that I need something like this, a NASDAQ tracker that can go into the portfolio. Next up, the SCHD Swap Use Dividend Equity ETF, $51. I have been adding to this shares 50. Pretty good dividend yield. I think it's just around 3% or so. Equity $2,586. Excuse me, $2,586. Total return $67. Again, that dividend yield is pretty high. PE ratio looks pretty solid. Charles Schwab, it's a pretty good ETF. Another ETF pick that I like. A lot of consumer staples in this ETF, a lot of industrials, but it does pay a pretty decent dividend yield, and I think this does pay better than VXUS. So that's another reason why I decided to sell VXUS. I want to add more SCHD. It was just a better ETF. It's a better grower. I know the past year has not been doing so good. Excuse me, has not been doing so good, but the past 5 years it is up 47%, guys. So this is a very generous ETF that does pay an even lower expense ratio than ticker symbol VXUS. It pays a 0.07 expense ratio. So pretty good ETF in my opinion. And the last ETF in my portfolio is the PowerShares S&P 500 high dividend ETF, sitting at $42. I have finally 100 shares of this, and equity is just around $4,000 or so. Average cost 38. So my average cost did go up, but I think that's a small price to pay because it's still pretty low, $38. And my total returns, some really nice capital appreciation, up 8% for almost $350. So this does pay monthly. I will be getting a monthly dividend so I can sort of continue my compound investing, especially off the M1 Finance portfolios, which everything in my M1 Finance portfolios pays a dividend. I have been experimenting with Dividend Portfolio D. You guys know that. And that pays me like $6 or $7 extra every month. So this ETF will pay me about $14 every month, $13 depending on the dividend yield. And I think I bought it quite low, so I'm pretty sure the dividend yield is going to be like closer to 4%, at least for me, in my opinion. But it's a pretty good, again, a pretty good ETF. I know there's been a lot of volatility in this little section right here because the whole market was just doing bad. But you see in the past 5 years, guys, up 50%. So pretty decent ETF with, I would say, a very generous expense ratio. It's a bit of an eye-opener, 0.030. So for every $10,000 you invest, you'll be paying $30 throughout the year. But you guys have to remember that this ETF does pay monthly. So you're getting that monthly dividend on top of the capital appreciation, which is, to me, is just fantastic. So that's going to do it for my portfolio, guys. Again, I have been cleaning things up. I do want to focus on U.S. companies because I think the U.S. stock market in general is something that I just want to focus on. I do want to focus on some of the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has been having some pretty good runs, and I want to be a part of that. Ticker symbol VXUS has been sold, but if you guys are interested in buying an ETF, I definitely would say do your due diligence. Go to the Vanguard site and the Vanguard website and type in that ticker symbol just to see what's actually in the portfolio. Again, guys, there's a lot of emerging markets. There's China, there's Asia and all this other stuff, all kinds of stuff in ticker symbol VXUS, and it does pay a pretty good dividend. But for me, I did sell them, and I did buy some PowerShares ticker symbol QQQ. So it is a NASDAQ tracker. I really am up on this ETF, and this will pay me about $35 quarterly. So again, guys, you just want to have some money into your portfolios when the market goes down, so that way you can buy shares. I don't have any individual stocks in my portfolio, but I do have a lot of individual stocks in my M1 Finance portfolios. And this the Robinhood app is I just want to focus on ETFs because I think the mixture of ETFs and stocks is what you want to do. Is the way I want to go and how I want to roll now. So that's going to do it, guys. Portfolio up 1%. $153. I am down in the after hours. This was yesterday. The markets are closed today. Today is Saturday. But that's going to do it, and I'll see you next time.